to Spugglefish Games. This is going to be episode 5 of Reassembly, and we're finally not going to be a failure in this episode. We're going to have our guns, and we're going to actually fire them. Real progress there. Now, these... You know what? The mass doesn't matter. Our armor mass is quite high. I've made a mistake there in symmetry. I'm going to cover the ship in these plasma condensers, and I think we're going to be able to take out an enemy ship, a weak enemy ship. We should be able to take out. Usually you want to hide your guns like internally here to keep them from taking enemy weapons fire. But I really still don't know how to play this race, so I'm just going to do a quick slapdash design here to just try and get some weapons firing and see how it goes. I really should have paid closer attention to the fact that this command module has 0 energy generation, but all of the other races I played, the Terrans and the Bees, you had energy generation from your command module, and it's only when you upgraded to a much larger ship that you really needed to build additional energy systems. Okay, there we go. The guns are now in place. We will change these bindings back to point defense. I think that's fine. And we'll take out this ship, probably. Yeah, there we go. We're firing. Ooh, we cannot... That ship was too fast for us to track, but... We are firing now. Perfect. We can actually use our guns. They're not that powerful yet, but at least they're firing. All of the pink bullets are ours. We can... Oh, our energy, as you see down here, we need way more energy to power this shit. Our energy was going down to 0 again, and so we could have fired a lot faster if we had additional energy. So we're going to get some additional energy. Ooh, they take up a lot of points. Okay. We have less guns now, but we should be able to fire non-stop. No, we are. Our energy is still a little bit problematic. We do seem to be able to fire non-stop now. There are 1,000 resources. We sell it immediately to our ally. We now have a lot more credits. Do I want a bigger gun? Can we really afford to use the bigger guns? Let's see. We right now are using this one. This costs 12. This costs 64. So that's about 5 times more expensive to add to the design. It only does 4 times the damage. So these could be better for the time being. I'm going to unlock the factory and increase our size with the rest of the cash there. I want to see if... No, we still can't steal these designs for the bigger ships just to see what they look like, but we can add more guns now that we have more design points. I'll have to do a redesign of the ship sometime in the near future to actually have these guns protected by our armor plating. But for the time being, I should be able to take out a few enemies just throwing them on willy-nilly. And we have larger boosters now. Maybe we should incorporate them. Right now, these boosters are the 5 points for 44,000 thrust. This is triple the thrust, double the points. So, yeah, that's going to be an upgrade for us. Those don't really fit on the design. Let's see if we get more thrust this way. Just, it's not going to fit around that gun. Get rid of the gun. This should give us a lot more thrust. These are all much bigger engines than the previous ones. Oops. Is it going to fit? Is it going to fit? It fits. Okay. Oops. It's a few more than I needed there. And in the other directions. You know what? I think we're going to hold off for now. But I'm going to add these. They don't fit in with the theory of perpendicular to the center of mass, but I'm just going to try them out anyway. So here we go. Let's see if the coward is maybe worthy of a new name in the near future here. Get out of the center of the galaxy still. That's still my plan. Even though we've been able to take out a few of these ships, we're still going to be able to perform a lot better in the early game at the edge of the galaxy. Our turning is quite poor, but our top speed is quite high because I put all of the big thrusters just straight on the back. Our aim with these guns is not that good, but we're certainly putting out a lot of bullets. I'm pretty satisfied with this design so far. Okay. One thing I've also noticed, it doesn't seem like this race has cargo containers to make it easy to store more resources. But 1,000 and 500 is a pretty generous cargo capacity for the early game anyway, so that should not be a problem. There's another ally station. Capturing these is really easy credits. You get 500 each time. Okay, what else is there to upgrade? Really just these bigger guns is what's left to upgrade, but I don't think our ship has the design points really to make that worthwhile. Soon, we're going to have a lot more design points, and I think we can do a total redesign of the ship. And I'm going to try that right now. Here we go. Is there any allied ship? No, we cannot steal the designs for these allied ships. You know what? I want to save this ship design, so we're going to design a new one here. I want to get a big wing attached here, and I don't know the best way to do that. But that could be a good start. Overlap is not quite what I wanted. Okay. Do it like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is going to be perfect. This will protect our core quite well, I think. And in the back here, just anything that fits should do the trick. I don't know what that's going to... That does leave a small vulnerability, but maybe we can squeeze these in. Do those fit? Those aren't going to fit. Maybe with a smaller triangle they will? No, those are not going to... These aren't going to fit at all. There's nothing I can think of that will fit in this little gap. But the rest of the ship, you know what? We can just leave this vulnerability. If an enemy can snipe a shot in there, and they'll destroy us. But you know what? Maybe they'd have earned it. Oh, ooh, oh! Never mind. Perfect fit. Everything fits here now. Wow, this is... And I think... This gives us a perfect rhombus to branch off of. This is what I've needed to get this design to work. A starting point that at least resembles a square in some small respects. I want the biggest wings that I can make here. And I'm just going to compare what those would look like. Okay. Want... Yeah. Just... Okay. Maybe just another one even. Copy, paste. Okay, and on the other side I'm going to mirror with M, mirror the design. Now I want to extend the back and the front a little bit as well. Probably keep using the same design piece. That is not the same design piece. This is. That's not the angle I want. That is. Just copy, paste. Okay. Let's copy this. You know what? These weren't the same. I was using the wrong piece, I think. Rotate that around like so. That's what I want to go for. That, okay. And another one, right in the center. Does it fit? No, this isn't going to fit, is it? No, that's perfect. Okay, and on the front, the exact same thing, mirrored or rotated, should cap onto the front. And large boosters. That is not quite the right angle. This is, these are going to be the right angle here. I'm going to need something to square this off. Oop, no, I don't need more of those. What I need is maybe this. That makes it a square. Rotate. Square. And now we can have those. Okay. This is actually far enough forward that the angle matches the tangent, in my opinion at least. You know, I'm sort of just you know, drawing this from hand. I'm not going to get too uptight about the geometry. You know what? Those are not... That is actually not more square. But it's going to do for now. In the back, we're going to have the exact same problem in the back, but I think this is good enough. I like to... You know what? No. The Bee's design did not have any engines exactly in the back, so this should be fine. We should get the ability to reverse from these reversed thrusters. You know what? I'm going to call this the Proto-Smuggler. And I'm going to save my design just so that I don't lose my progress here. I'm going to swap it in here, and that shows me how many points I have left. You know what? I'm just going to keep going on this build because I think we're really making some progress here. And I want to find a spot. Well, first of all, the power conduits. If we leave those off, the ship won't function at all. And I really should have realized that before the, you know, the 5th video I did here, but I didn't. It's a little bit difficult to concentrate on the design and the gameplay and the commentary all at the same time. I want to get as many, you know, of these. It's going to be hard to actually spend all our points. A bigger gun would have fit on this design, so the next upgrade we're going to make is going to be for a bigger gun. But for the time being, we're just going to squeeze these all over. Oh, and I don't need to be dragging from the palette. I can middle mouse click to place another copy of the thing I most recently placed. It's important to have the weapons not all branch off of each other. You want them to branch off this crystalline, because as you can see, the crystalline regrows in about a second, and these... Oh, actually, these regrow pretty fast, too. So, never mind. It would have been fine to have them all branch off each other. With the other races, usually your weapons regrow really, really slowly, and your armor hull pieces regrow really, really quickly. I guess since this faction doesn't have any shields, all of their pieces grow pretty quickly to make up for the fact that they won't be able to absorb infinite fire with shield array. They will always be taking hull damage whenever they get hit. Just going to top this off with a few more boosters because I still do want to have the maneuverability to get out of the center of the galaxy. That is all of our design points. So we're going to watch this grow. Where are we? We might get stuck. No. No. Okay, here. As you can see, this is a much larger ship than we had before. I think my goal for this episode is going to be to fire these weapons and then cut. So make sure the bindings are... Yep, there we go. We should... Yep, we can take these guys out. No problem. Have a lot more firepower. We can spin very easily now. We can even stop pretty quickly. So I have the engine placement or thruster placement is much better on this design than I had it before. I feel like we're starting to get the hang of playing this faction. I'm going to activate this station. Okay, I'm going to stop recording here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time at Smugglefist Games.